Hey. Hi, this is Ginny with LearnWithGinny.com, and we are live over here on Facebook, and I have another video recording over here just in case you can't hear me. So make sure you chime in and let me know where you're from and ask any questions that you want to hear about in future broadcasts. And at the end I have an offer for you, so make sure you stick around. Today's topic is mean girls and the people you hang out with. So, in an effort to get back to remembering what our social lives were like before, when we were teenagers, I picked up a book called Bees and Wanna Bes. And then my daughter and I had some time to spend together alone, and we watched Mean Girls, which was totally about that movie. The roles that the author discusses are the queen bee, who is the popular girl, the one that everybody wants to be around. And she's also, in the movie, she's a mean girl. She has a sidekick, that's another role. And she has a banker. That's the person who knows all the gossip about the other girls. Then the floater, which is the main character in the movie. Of course, in the movie, she isn't the floater in the beginning. She, joins the popular clique and starts acting like them. And, even though the book talks about these girls as popular, nobody likes them because they're mean. So what the floater is the person that us moms want our daughters to be, because she is self-confident, she is herself, she stays true to herself, and she doesn't, fall into these roles. She kind of is friends and friendly and nice to everybody. You would think she would be the most popular person, right? And she is, because she's well liked, but in the girl world, she's not the queen bee. Anyway, that's the way the book goes. And that's who we want to be. We want to be that person, right? Most of us. We want to be liked, and we want our friends to be true friends. There's also the torn bystander. These are the people that stand on the sidelines and don't say anything when the girls are being mean, and don't know what to say, really. They're just kind of afraid. So, and I think we all end up in those situations too. Then there's the wannabe, or the messenger, and she's the one that kind of tells, kind of delivers the mean messages and stuff. The target is somebody who is the target of all the meanness, and the person who gets bullied. So those are the roles, and I encourage you to read the book just to see where you and your daughter fit in, because the important thing, the very important thing about that book, is to look at yourself and what kinds of behaviors that you emulate for your daughter. And it kind of, it really kind of makes you look at yourself, and it really kind of makes you look at what you're doing. How should I say it? If you're gossiping about people constantly and talking about people, then we shouldn't be surprised if our daughters are doing the same thing. So that's my point. Now, I'm just looking at my notes here. The thing that you need to do is to continually improve yourself, okay? And I'm going to encourage you to do this, is to read with your kids when they're little, because you get to spend, it prompts so many conversations about what kinds of people you want them to become, and you get to talk about, the characters in the books, if they're fiction, and you get to talk about their qualities that make them the people that we want to be, if that makes sense. Then what happens is they look at the people around them, right? And they look at our behaviors. So make sure, again, that you're being true to what you're trying to teach your kids to be. You know, if you want them to be nice, then be nice. If you want them to not gossip and talk about each other, then don't get on the phone with your girlfriend and start talking about other people and other parents and what they're doing wrong, because that's the prime example. So, you know, don't be a mean mom either and point out everybody else's flaws. So that brings me to the next little topic on here, which is you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Now, that's one of the most famous phrases that Jim Rohn has put out there. And I'm sure you've heard it before if you're in the home business niche and you've done any self-improvement or listened to any of the audios that he has out there. So as far as our kids go, it's, you know, hard. You can't really pick their friends, right? But you can encourage the right friendships. I might encourage my daughter to pick someone. She wants to have somebody over on Friday. So I might say, you know, well, what about so-and-so? That's how, you know, you encourage those friendships. So who are their true friends? Your true friends are the ones who accept us for who we are. They point it out when we're wrong. They're not afraid to do that. They make us better people by pushing us. They listen and are present when we're together. And that's an important trait to share with your kids. When you're with your kids, when you're doing something, be present. Don't be on your phone. Look them in the eyes and talk to them. And the same goes with our friends. Our true friends also support us and have our backs. They do not make us feel inferior. They do not put us down or talk about us behind our backs, and we don't do that to them. They don't half listen and make the whole conversation about themselves, and neither do we. Make the conversations about them. And that's an important skill on social media too. When we're trying to get prospects and leads, make the conversation about them, because that's what it's about. It's about you. And that's why I'm here. And we also keep each other's secrets unless, this is the true friendship part, unless it's something that will harm our friends, ourselves, or people around them, or even things around them. Then it's time. And that's when I tell my kids, that's when you tattle. You don't tattle just to get people in trouble. You stay true to your friendship and keep their secrets unless it's something that might harm them. I hope that makes sense. So when in our home business, it's important to think about who the 5 people, the top 5 that you spend the most time with. And the reason why are those very reasons, the very reasons like your friendships. Because if they're people that drag you down, you're not going to hit that success. You're not going to break through the barriers that are stopping you from success. Do those 5 people, if you list those 5 people that you spend the most time with, and it could be, you know, your family, of course, and your friends, and people on social media too. And as far as our kids go, make sure that they're not spending so much time on TV, because those are the people they're hanging out with then, right? So limit that time. Going back, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Who are those 5 people? Do their traits reflect who you want to become? I've heard Ray Higdon say that he's continually looking for circles of people that are higher than him on the social ladder or higher than him in success, in their success. And he hangs out with them because then he learns from them by hanging out with them. Now, if looking at those 5 people, you're like, you don't want to ditch your friends. Of course not. I get it. And I'm not going to ditch my friends either. But I am going to seek out those people that will push me to be better. And the best way to do that is to find a mentor. Now, if you need to find one and you need a group to hang out with, just ask me. I'll show you where I'm hanging. And, sometimes I'm just a lurker. But sometimes, we need to step out and participate in the conversations on there, right? So I hope you got something out of this, and I hope it helped. So the offer I had at the beginning is to have a free strategy call. So comment and let me know that you want a strategy call, and we will get together. It'll only take like 10-15 minutes to talk about where you're at in your business, and we'll decide what kind of actions you need to do together to move forward. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. I'll put the link to this post in the comments, I think, or wherever I edit the video. All right, I'll catch you later.